Hi, lovely people. Welcome back or welcome. Hope everyone is doing okay. So, today's tutorial is going to be a quick one. We're going to learn how to tack an inner pouch into the beaded clutch we made earlier. Let's get to it. For this tutorial, you need an inner pouch. As usual, I don't know much about sewing, so I had my sister, who is a tailor, make this for me. I told her to make the measurement exactly as the clutch, okay? The height, the width, everything is the measurement of the clutch. You'd also need a beading needle. This is what they look like. This needle is very different from the usual ones because they are very thin. We're going to use just one, okay? You'd also need your fishing line. You need a lighter size of fishing line. This is 0.25 millimeters. And lastly, your scissors. That is all we'll be needing for this. Let's go. To start, you want to place your pouch into your beaded bag. Make sure everything is properly aligned. Make sure the pouch takes the shape of the bag and sits nicely inside the bag. Okay, we are done with that, and this is what we have. It is now time to start the tacking process, so you want to cut out some line and pass it through your needle and also tie the ends. We are going to start tacking from this edge right here. You're going to pass your needle into the pouch first to hide the knots, but make sure your needle goes through the top part of the pouch, okay? The edge right there, you don't want to go too far in because you want your work to look seamless. Once that's done, we're going to go back out of the pouch, but make sure it is very close to where we came out from. We want to create tiny stitches, okay? If possible, let it look invisible, so make sure you go back very close to where we came out from. So let's do that, and remember, it should be right there on top, the edge part of the pouch. We are done with that, and this is what we have. Notice how tiny the stitch looks. To proceed, we're gonna go out again, but to where our clutch is. Okay, let's go back to where we came from. That is the edge part. Alright, we're here now, and this is where the real work starts. So we're going to go over the next bead like this, then connect it into, I want you to look closely, that spacing between those two beads. We're going to go over the next bead and into that hole right there. Draw out your line. Then we're going to connect our needle back into the pouch like this. Remember the top part of the pouch, the edge right there. Pierce it through. Make sure it's super tight, okay? And this is what we have so far. To proceed, remember, we're going to go very close to where we came out from. Why? Because we want a seamless stitch. Make sure your work is super tight, okay? To proceed, we're going to repeat what we just did. Look closely. We're going to go over the next bead and into the next hole between those two beads. Let's do that. Go into that next hole there. You draw that out. Then you go into your pouch. Remember the top part of the pouch. Make sure your work is tight. Remember what comes next. You go back out of your pouch, but very close to where you came out from. Why? Because we want a seamless stitch. Alright, so this is what we have. Keep tugging at your work. Make sure you don't have any loose ends, okay? To proceed, let's keep on with our routine. We'll go over the next bead and into the hole between the next two beads. Okay, so let's go into that hole. We draw out our line. Then we connect it into our pouch. Remember the top part of the pouch. Draw that out as well. Once that is done, you then go back in, but very close to where you came out from, okay? Then you draw that out, and yeah, this is what we have done so far. So this is how the tacking process goes. keep up with our routine. We go over the next bead and into the hole between the beads. Then you go into your pouch and out of your pouch, but very close to where you came out from. So this is all you need to know about the tacking process. But I want you to keep up with this routine until you get to the other edge so I can show you how to lock in your work. Let's go. This is what I have done so far. Look at how seamless that stitch looks. So I'm right here on the edge and I want to show you how to lock in your work. Firstly, let's complete the routine. I'm going to go into my pouch now. Then go out of my pouch, but very close to where I came out from. I'll draw that out. And now it is time to lock in my work. So what I'm going to do right here is just to stitch it on top of the pouch. That's the fabric there. Just stitch it on the surface, but make sure it is behind those beads. Remember, we want to hide the knot, okay? Then I'm going to create a loop. That loop will help my work to be very tight. That locks it in, okay? Then I'll draw that down. Draw that tightly. And yeah, that's basically it, guys. That is how to lock your work. Then you just cut out the excess line with the scissors, and this is what you have. When you are done with the whole thing, you want to continue from the second edge. So you draw out your pouch, you adjust everything properly, then you keep up with the usual routine. You go into your pouch, out of your pouch, over the next bead and into the hole between the beads and into your pouch. So you keep this routine going on until you finish this tacking process. And when you get to the next edge, what you want to do is to lock in your work. And finally, you'll be done with the whole thing. So let's go. I'm finally done with my tacking process, and this is what my work looks like. This is what it looks like up close. Notice how neat the stitches are. The pouch is placed firmly into the bag. And yeah, this is what your work should look like as well. This is what the sides look like. Everything is looking nice. I really hope you found this tutorial helpful. Hopefully it works well for you. And if you are yet to see the tutorial for this clutch, please go check it out. I'm going to leave a link to that. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, and share to your friends who will find this tutorial helpful as well. If you need help along the way or have any questions or any design requests, you can send me a message on Instagram at Bead with Jenny. I'll be glad to help. I'll see you in my next tutorial. Goodbye.